Hello everyone, and welcome to this presentation of Good Evening KU, our second ever show. I'm Anson Haney, and to my left I have Gunnar Galloway. And Gunnar, a lot has happened since our first show of the semester last week. There's been a lot going on, especially last Saturday was Valentine's Day.
Oh, yes it was, yes it was.
Did you do anything fun?
Oh man, so unfortunately I was ill. I came down with a little bit of the flu, much to this dismay of my lady, but that's all right. We're going to make things up this Saturday.
Kind of hinders the plan, unfortunately, but it all matters that you get it done, right?
Exactly.
So what do you have planned then for this Saturday?
Well, we're going to go downtown KC. We're going to go to the plaza. We're going to go to a nice little Italian restaurant, hit a movie after, Yep. What about you, though? What did you do for this lovely Valentine's Day?
I mean, when you think of Valentine's Day, you think there's no other city I'd rather spend it in than Ames, Iowa. And that's where I was last weekend. I was there watching KU ISU take on top 10 matchup in Hilton Coliseum. And just let me say, those fans are crazy. I mean, the day, it was tip-off, noon Saturday. They were in line 12 hours before at midnight at Friday. They went pack the stadium from top to bottom.
Look at that.
And they were crazy loud.
Yeah, no, that's insane. I mean, especially being out, just packing the stadium, especially for a Big Ten matchup. That's what you expect, or a top 10 matchup, my fault.
I mean, yeah, the Big 12 is just absolutely crazy, known for its rabid fan base. And let me know, the Cyclones, they get a little crazy. They do this dance. And if you had to guess what the Iowa State Cyclones fan dance was called, what would be your first guess?
Well, Cyclone.
Yeah, okay.
I'm thinking a bit of a twist, maybe.
A little pun there.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it's called the Juicy Wiggle.
It's called the what?
Yeah, you heard me. And they say it about like 5 times throughout the course of the song. Wow. They probably play it like 3 times a game, and they love it. I mean, it really hypes up their crowd.
Wow. I'm speechless.
I mean, it hypes them up to a 74-56 win over KU, snapping our win streak as we look to move on from that tonight in Stillwater to take Oklahoma State, which we'll cover later on in the show. But looking forward, Nate Heisey, an Iowa State player, hit 3 threes against us, but he's not the only athlete in his family. His sister, Taylor Heisey, scored a goal for the U.S. Women's Olympic hockey team.
There you go.
This last Saturday.
Wow, there's some happy parents there.
I mean, no kidding. Talk about a family of underachievers, am I right?
Absolutely.
But in other news for U.S. hockey, the men's team just recently, about 45 minutes ago, just won in overtime, 2-1, with a goal from Minnesota Wild player Quinn Hughes.
Wow, that's big. That's huge.
Absolutely coming up. And they move on to play Slovakia in the semifinals here on Friday. And it looks like the U.S. hockey team is looking to claim gold in both sports.
Oh, absolutely. That's gonna be one heck of a game there.
Absolutely cooking. And sorry, I didn't touch on it earlier, but the U.S. women's will play Canada in the gold medal game tomorrow. So we're really hoping all around to bring a lot of hardware home from Milan.
Yeah, some good hockey coming up.
But moving on, I mean, looking around in Lawrence, we were both wearing short sleeves. It's been about 60 degrees these last couple of days, and I don't think anyone knows what to do with it.
No, it's absolutely beautiful. I've seen, today walking on campus, you just see the amount of good vibes that are in the air.
It's high.
I mean, it's insane. It's
for
insane.
February, for mid-February.
Oh, absolutely. You wouldn't expect anything. Usually I'd expect to be in my full winter gear by now,
Yeah, growing up as a Midwesterner myself, we've always kind of thought about this fall, spring, and it's looking like it's not going to last for long.
Absolutely. Well, as we're wrapping up here, I just want to say we're going to have a good break for a second, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to have a lovely interview about the career fair coming right up after this break. Thank you very much.
For students searching for a way to stay active in an outdoorsy way, the City of Lawrence has bike trails running in every direction, and with the new bike share program, we can stay in shape as we tour the sights of our beautiful city. Clinton Lake is only a short 30-minute bike ride away from Daisy Hill and has the most incredible sunset location in all of Lawrence. Walking campus may give you the KU calves, but biking can give you the KU thighs. Bike Lawrence today.
You may not hear it at first, but it's there. Our chant, rising. On this summit, callings converge, voices unify into a chorus that sounds out for good, for greatness. Can you you hear it?
Welcome back at Evening KU. Tonight I am joined with our special guest, Steve Rottinghaus, Career and Outreach Coordinator. Mr. Rottinghaus, could you tell me a little bit about the career fair coming to the journalism school in a couple weeks?
Yeah, thanks for having me. It is in 2 weeks, so actually 2 weeks from tomorrow, March 5th, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. We'll have close to 20 companies here. It's set up for students of all grades. You don't have to be an upperclassman. We'll have, I think, 6 TV stations, a couple digital marketing agencies. We actually have 2 graduate programs that want to promote their graduate degree program. But yeah, it's a great opportunity for all our students to kind of connect with professionals, find out about internships, jobs, and just get comfortable talking about their career story.
Okay, and could you tell me a little bit about the businesses that will be here?
Yeah, anything you can think of tied to our journalism curriculum, there should be some sort of representation. The TV stations, they're coming from Wichita, Topeka, Kansas City. They love the career fair. And I always want to warn students, just because of TV, they're going to be promoting other jobs rather than the reporting, anchoring, because I think some students get a little nervous, like, well, I don't want to do TV. But like, I know one TV station, they'll have a list of like 12 jobs, and they'll be like sales, promotions, website. So there's a lot more to consider rather than just the traditional TV jobs you might think of when you see a TV station. But yeah, there should be something for everybody.
So many different opportunities are welcomed at this career fair. And is this only for journalism students, or is it open to anyone?
It's open to all students. Probably 95% of the turnout are for journalism students, but we've had English, we've had business, we've had marketing, we've had film students, we've had history students, English. So it is open for everybody, and they should be aware of it. We do promote it across the campus, and we had a record 315 students last fall, so I'm hoping we can top that again this year.
That's amazing. And will there be any opportunities for LinkedIn to get headshots? Any photographers here? Yeah,
that's always popular. We've been doing that for about the last 5 or 6 years. We'll have a professional photographer on site. It's great if you need a LinkedIn headshot, something for your portfolio, your website. Very professional, quick turnaround. I usually get those within a week, and I send those out to students, and I always get pretty satisfied when I see those students put those on their website, LinkedIn, like within days. So yeah, that's very popular for the students.
Okay, and what is your favorite part about being a coordinator and getting to see this all come to life?
Yeah, I get excited about it. Like I said, I like to see students from all grades there. I know when I first started 10 years ago, I thought, okay, it's all about the jobs and internships, and that is a big part of it. But I love to see underclassmen there as well, just to start that communication with professionals, find out what these companies are looking for. Because the more repetition you can get talking about like your career interests and making that professional pitch, the easier it gets. And then those students circle back a year from now and say, hey, this is what I've been working on for the past year, and employers love to hear that.
Yeah, absolutely. And when the students come back, can they reconnect with people from the booths, or will the booths be different every time?
Yeah, no, it does vary. We do have a lot of repeat companies come to the career fair, but yeah, they can circle back. Another thing I always like to say at our career fair, try to keep that conversation about 2 to 3 minutes. If there's nobody behind you, yeah, keep that conversation going, but be respectful of the students behind you. And then if you see an opening, like say 30 minutes later, you can circle back and talk to that company again. But yeah, we want to make sure all students have a chance to talk to these employers.
And should students coming to this career fair have a resume printed out beforehand?
Yeah, I would definitely encourage having those resumes. I don't know if students have something like this, but I always think this is nice and classy, like some sort of padfolio, or if you have a folder, you can kind of keep your resumes organized, and at the same time you're going to be getting some information from these companies, so you want to keep that all together. But yeah, you probably won't have time to connect with all 20 companies, but hopefully you can make some meaningful conversations with, say, like 5 or 6. But if you see something that catches your interest, by all means, strike up that conversation.
And are the companies coming from local areas, or are some from out of state?
None are actually coming from out of state, but some, like those TV stations, they're connected to stations all across the country. So that would be a great question to ask if you're interested in TV. Like, can you tell me more about your stations under your parent company? We'll have like a great TV rep present, and she'll be representing stations across the country for sure. But then all those Kansas City stations, Topeka, they've also got connections across the country.
Mm-hmm. And when you were a student, what did you get out of the career fair?
I don't know if the career fair actually existed when I was a student here. If it did, I did not make it. So yeah, I mean, again, it's just telling that story. I dress like you would for an actual interview. I always say business casual at the very least. But yeah, I wish it would have existed when I was here because I think I would have taken advantage of that.
Yes, well, thank you so much for joining us today. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Again, try to dress professionally, devote like 1 solid hour. It's 10 to 3, March 5th. And I would say try to get there before 2 because it does start to kind of, the energy kind of wanes at that last hour, but we'll still have companies here until 3 o'clock.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome back. I'm Jamie.
And I'm Reagan. Here's today's Good Evening KU News Update. On Tuesday, the city of Lawrence was hit with numerous reports of Immigrations and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, sightings, with at least 5 arrests confirmed. Photos and videos shared online showed individuals wearing enforcement and removal operations gear detaining a person near 25th and Iowa streets and escorting them towards an unmarked SUV. Detentions were also reported at other locations in Lawrence, including a CVS and the parking lot of Hobby Lobby and El Potro. Local law enforcement said that they were not involved or notified of the arrests.
Earlier this week, Peru's Congress voted to impeach President Jose Herri after he failed to share unofficial meetings he had held with Chinese businessmen, a scandal dubbed Chifagate. This is the latest disruption in a country that has cycled through leaders at an alarming rate. Herri had taken office as interim president in October and is the 6th consecutive Peruvian president to leave office before their term ended. Peru's legislature will vote for a new leader on Wednesday, and the country is expected to hold a general election on July 28th.
Civil rights icon Jesse Jackson passed away yesterday at the age of 84. One of the world's best-known black activists, Jackson previously worked alongside Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and was seen as an icon of the civil rights movement. Jackson was also the recipient of a Presidential Medal of Freedom and was a 2-time Democratic presidential candidate. Despite his battle with a progressive neurological disease, the activist continued to fight for civil rights and was even arrested twice in 2021 over his objections to the Senate filibuster rule.
In other celebrity deaths, this weekend, actor Robert Duvall died peacefully in his home at age 95. Duvall was best known for his roles in To Kill a Mockingbird and The Godfather. Duvall's family are encouraging fans to honor his memory by, quote, watching a great film, telling a great story around the table with friends, or taking a drive in the countryside to appreciate the world's beauty.
And now, over to Lainey and Maddie for this week's sports update.
Thanks, Reagan. The men's basketball team tips off in just over 2 hours from now against Oklahoma State in Stillwater. KU is coming off its first loss in the past 9 games as Iowa State beat the Jayhawks 74-56 on Saturday in Ames. Kansas is currently 19-6 overall and 9-3 in the Big 12. Tonight's game can be seen on ESPN.
The women's basketball team is enjoying its break in the Big 12 conference play this week with no games until Saturday's matchup with TCU in Fort Worth, Texas. The Lady Jayhawks guaranteed themselves a winning season with an 85-68 victory over Houston last week in Allen Fieldhouse. KU is currently 16-11 overall and 6-9 in the Big 12 with 3 games left to play.
The baseball team won 2 of the 3 from Texas Rio Grande Valley last weekend in South Texas. After losing the opener 7-4, the Jayhawks bounced back to win Game 2 10-3 and then held on to win Game 3 8-7. Kansas is back in action tonight in Beaumont, Texas with a game against Lamar. First pitch is just a few minutes away at 6:05 on ESPN+.
The softball team sits at 7-4 after 2 weekends on the road in Florida. The Jayhawks dominated their two matchups last Saturday, knocking off DePaul 11-0 and then beating Yale 12-0. KU has one more tournament to play in Florida this spring, beginning tomorrow against Florida Atlantic.
The tennis team lost a close match on Sunday in Arkansas. The Jayhawks fell to the Razorbacks by a score of 4-3 and saw their overall record drop to 3-4. KU will return to Lawrence this weekend for matches against Minnesota on Friday and Old Dominion on Sunday.
And last but not least, the track team broke 4 school records last weekend in various meets across the country. In Boston, the distance runners broke out new school records in the men's and women's 1-mile runs. Quinton Whaleon broke Jim Ryan's mark by a full second in 3:56.77, and then about 5 minutes later, Yo Higuchi broke Whaleon's record running 5:56.67.
In the women's mile, Emma Jamutai broke her own school record by 2 seconds, running a 4:34.25. Then in Arkansas, Aaliyah Moore broke her second school record of the year, winning the women's 800 meters in 2:3:31. The team will split up again this weekend, with some athletes heading to K-State and others to Notre Dame.
And finally, we're going to highlight our softball team this week with Run It Back reporter Logan Manrath.
Thanks, Maddie. Kansas softball has swung back into action, playing 11 games in 10 days to start off the season. After finishing the USF Rollins Invitational with a record of 3-3, they continued their early season run competing in the Fonseca Memorial Tournament. They wrapped up the weekend with a 3-game winning streak against USF, DePaul, and Yale, improving their record to 7-4 and handing head coach Jennifer McFalls her 150th Kansas career victory. One player who's had a standout performance in these early season matchups is senior Haley Kripe. Kripe has delivered every single time Kansas has needed her, contributing RBIs and extra base hits, setting the tone for not only the team but the games to come. Here's what her teammates Emma Tatum and Ainsley Linduff had to say about her senior leadership and what she means to the program.
I think she's working hard in the indoor. She's always putting in extra reps. I think that they really look up to her because she just does everything right.
Honestly, just watching her from our freshman year develop and her confidence of just being able to lead this team with so much relentless and just grittiness. Like, I have just learned so much from her, and kind of just, she's been a mentor kind of just in my own life of being able to want to be like as gritty as she is, and she just lays it all out for our team. And every day we come to practice, and I have no doubt that she's going to give it all she has. So,
for more updates on Kansas softball, follow the team on social media and visit kuathletics.com. That's it for our show today. Be sure to watch Good Morning KU tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Thanks for watching.